Hi everyone, Karen here. Today I have a different project for you. It's not a card. So what I'm going to be using today are these Sublimation markers and ink pad. This is a company down here in Florida. They're down in Sarasota. And what they've done is they've taken the ink that you would have to put in a very expensive printer and put it in marker and ink pad form. So we can now use all of our stamps that we already have and use them to make projects. This will work on shirts, tote bags, cups, anything that is a sublimation blank, which means it's made out of polyester, it will work on. If you go to their website, they even have little plastic covers that they're one-time use, but they're very inexpensive. If you want to do a cup, you can do the same thing I'm going to do here on the cup. You put the plastic over the cup and then you put it in your oven and it will sublimate it for you. But what we're going to do today is a mouse pad. So we have a sublimation mouse pad, which means it has a polyester coating on the top of it. I am going to flip this over on top of a very thin piece of copy paper. And the thinner, the better for this process. I'm going to trace around it with a pencil. The reason why I'm using pencil is pencil won't transfer when we sublimate it. So I'm going to go around here. Run all the way around. Put this to the side so it doesn't get dirty. And now I need to decide where I want to put my stamps. So today I'm going to use these abstract flowers from Gina K. This one's called Lace Flowers, and this one is Bold Bloom. So this is what I'm going to use today. So let me open these up. And let me grab my stamping platform. Now this is bigger than my stamping platform, but that's not a big deal. It will be fine. So I will put the paper this way. And it will fit in between. Yep, we will be fine. Alright, so I'm going to use the black ink to get started here. So I'm just going to place these flowers. I'm going to start off with this big one. Actually, I'm going to flip this over. So I think this, let's see, which way do I want this to go? Maybe I do want it on that side. All right, change my mind. No. So I'm going to flip this upside down. So I'm going to place this here inside my pencil area. And I'm going to stamp this. Now this ink pad has a tiny lip on it compared to others, so make sure you're not sticking your fingers in the ink. And we'll press down. Give the ink time to transfer. Press down here a little bit more in the middle. There we go. Do it one more time just in case, because you do want this to be nice and dark. Now I will be washing these afterwards. I don't wash a lot of my stamps, but after putting the sublimation ink on here, I most definitely will be washing them. Now keep in mind, everything you do here is going to come out mirror image. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So let's see. So that's down in that corner. this would work on a shirt, absolutely. And actually I did do a shirt. And I will say when you print these, you can get more than one printing out of this when we iron it on. I've gotten 3 and still gotten decent coverage. So you can absolutely make more than one project out of one stamping pattern that you're making here. So that's good. Now I think I want to take a stencil to this, so let me grab a stencil. All right, so I'm going to take this stencil here, put some circles on it. So I have these different colored ink pads that are all the Sublimation ink, and I have the markers. So if I'm going to make this a cohesive look here, so let's see. Now I will say these markers, this is the color it will look once you sublimate it. When you color with it, it's not going to look that color. It's going to look very different. So let's start with the green, because I know I'm going to make all these leaves green. And you do kind of want to put a lot of ink on here. You want to get some good coverage. I think I want to take this stencil. Right, so when I ink this, I have special daubers that I keep separate for this, because once you get the Sublimation ink on here, that's all you want to use it for. And you also don't want to have other ink mixing in with the Sublimation ink, because that will make a mess of your project. So I think I'm going to take some blue. Let me grab my blue ink pad. This one is the blue one. Now I will take the blue, I'll ink that up. I'm going to put some blue dots on here. Come over here. I'll put I think that looks good. Now if you don't want to keep the whole background white, I can take another color. So let's go with a nice light color. Maybe we'll go with the yellow. just going to put a little bit of yellow on here, just a little bit. Let me see if I can get rid of that smudge. Nope, I think the smudge is there. All right. Now I'm going to put this on kind of uneven. So it's uneven once I simulate the color. I'm just going to brush it over here. And then you do want to go outside your line a little bit just to make sure you don't end up with a white weird edge on it. Now since I put that blue smudge on there, what I can do is go back to the blue and just put a little bit of blue in here. And now it looks like I did it on purpose. All right, that's probably all I want to do to that. So now, at this point, this can stay. This won't get in anything. You can stop if you need to. Whatever you want to do at this point, because this will just stay the way it is. So what we need to do now is we'll take the mouse pad, white side down, and you're going to put it on here like this, right where your trace lines are. Now when you iron it, obviously you have to flip it over. So if it moves on you, just kind of peek up, see where your lines are, line them up, and you will be fine. Now, if you're using a heat press, I use 375 at 30 seconds. That works rather well. If you are going to use an iron, you want to make sure you use heat-resistant tape and go all the way around. Tape that down really secure. And then with your iron on high, you're going to touch for 15 seconds, touch for 15 seconds, touch for 15 seconds, and move it all around and go across it twice. And now you can peek underneath and see if you've gotten the good color. I will tell you, the more heat you put on it, once you hit that 30-second mark, you're going to start losing your color. So don't over press it. Definitely do it about 30 seconds, check it, see if it's good, and then move on. You do not need a lot of color. So I'm going to turn my heat press on, and I'm going to press it over there, and then I'm going to come back and show you how this ends up. So this is the bottom piece of parchment that was on my heat press, and the other piece of parchment was on top. Now let's pull this off and see what we have. So this is what we end up with. See, the colors are nice and bright, and that is warm when you take it out. And there you go. So there you are, your own custom mouse pad. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it gives you a thought of how you can use your stamps in some different ways. And once again, this is the brand. It might be easier to see on here. It's Artesprix, and they are down in Sarasota, Florida. And until next time, stay crafty.